Federal courts just blocked mass deportation plans. For now, TPS protections were nearly terminated. U.S.-born children were at risk of losing citizenship. Refugee entry almost completely frozen. But a series of emergency court rulings this week temporarily stopped the Trump administration's harshest executive orders. The fight's far from over. These protections could vanish in the next appeal. If your legal status, family future, or ability to remain in the U.S. hinges on TPS or refugee protections, this update affects you right now. Trump's executive orders hit a wall, for now. Over the past 2 weeks, several controversial immigration orders issued by the Trump administration have been temporarily blocked by federal judges across the country. This includes a move to terminate temporary protected status, TPS, for nationals from Venezuela, Haiti, Sudan, Afghanistan, and Nicaragua. An attempt to suspend birthright citizenship for U.S.-born children of undocumented immigrants. A directive to dramatically reduce refugee admissions for fiscal year 2025. The judiciary stepped in, but that doesn't mean these orders are gone. They're paused, not canceled, and DHS can appeal at any time. TPS holders are still at risk. The court injunctions mean TPS recipients from certain countries are not being automatically removed. But here's the catch. These rulings are temporary and subject to reversal in higher courts. If you're a TPS beneficiary from Venezuela, Afghanistan, or Haiti, this is not the time to relax. You need to renew your status early. Avoid international travel unless essential. Keep your EAD and I-94 documents valid and ready. Even a short lapse in status can trigger a notice to appear, NTA, in removal proceedings. Refugee admissions nearly blocked. One of Trump's blocked orders would have cut refugee admissions to near zero, essentially ending the United States' role in global asylum resettlement. A federal judge ruled the move violates the Refugee Act of 1980, which requires the executive branch to consult with Congress before making such changes. Still, this decision could be challenged, especially if the administration brings the issue before the Supreme Court. For asylum seekers abroad or family members waiting in camps, the delay is temporary, but the policy goal is clear: to eliminate future refugee entries entirely. Birthright citizenship still under threat. Perhaps the most extreme of the blocked orders was Executive Order 14160, aiming to eliminate automatic U.S. citizenship for children born in the U.S. to undocumented parents. Federal courts in California and New York issued emergency injunctions, stating the move is unconstitutional under the 14th Amendment. But legal experts warn this fight isn't over. The Trump administration is already preparing its legal defense and could attempt to push the case up to a conservative-leaning Supreme Court. If they succeed, millions of Americans could have their citizenship questioned retroactively. DHS enforcement is still escalating. Even though the courts stopped these orders, the Department of Homeland Security is still ramping up enforcement in other areas. More workplace raids, faster NTA issuances, rejections of humanitarian parole, increased I-765 work permit denials. This means your case could still be affected, even without a change in law, because the discretionary power of DHS officers is growing. DUI bill in Congress may lead to deportations. While the courts were blocking Trump's executive orders, Congress quietly introduced a bill that would make any non-citizen convicted of DUI, regardless of circumstances, automatically deportable without a hearing. It hasn't passed yet, but bipartisan support is growing, and immigration attorneys are warning that this could become law before the 2026 election cycle. If you're in any form of immigration process and have a prior conviction, even expunged, you must speak with a licensed immigration attorney immediately. You must act before the next court ruling. Let's be clear, the judiciary saved TPS, birthright citizenship, and refugee entry for now. But the administration is likely to file emergency appeals in all 3 cases. And depending on which circuit court they land in, outcomes may vary. Legal protections are being chipped away, not erased all at once. That makes it even harder to see when danger is approaching until it's too late. What you need to do immediately. Do not assume your immigration status is protected simply because of a recent court ruling. Legal interpretations can shift quickly with appeals or new executive actions. Avoid international travel unless cleared by a licensed immigration attorney. A departure could trigger inadmissibility or bar reentry, even for TPS or DACA holders. Ensure your employment authorization document, EAD, I-94, and TPS registration are renewed on time. A single lapse, even by one day, can jeopardize your legal presence. Seek legal counsel immediately if you have any criminal history, prior immigration violations, or unresolved removal orders. These issues can make you a target for DHS enforcement despite recent court protections. Your legal shield. Be informed, not surprised. The next 90 days are critical. One federal appeal could undo months of protection, leaving you without time to respond. Stay alert, monitor legal developments weekly, and prepare your documentation as if protections might end tomorrow. Because in this legal climate, being prepared is no longer optional. It's your only protection.